And I'll start with you, Sir Charles. You brought in an aspect about control and handling your emotions. So how do you deal with challenges? At the table, there will be headwinds, there will be challenges. People are not for your interests, they are not for your good, they don't want you to succeed. So how do you deal with challenges?
Wow. That's a broad one, Titus. But I will imagine most of the challenges that come from the unemployment setup. Let me put it in this way. Depending on where you sit, you will face challenges equal to your task. Right? If you're sitting at the board level, the challenges that you face at the board level are board matters. And I will tell you, like, for example, where sometimes I find myself sitting is a board level. The matters we deal at board level are mighty. You are discussing issues about ownership, driving a company to profitability. You are discussing issues around how do you save, how do you ensure the business is having what you call a going concern. It's gonna be here the next 10 years. You are discussing on returns on investment. You are discussing issues about internal rate of return. You want to know that the business you're doing is giving returns over the period of time. And therefore that brings a different challenges. Like, for example, when you are sourcing for capital, or you're discussing a board, like yesterday with some board discussions yesterday on a certain investment we're doing, the key discussion point was on how your partners and yourself have to relate on a shareholders level. How do you govern yourself as a shareholder? And one of the challenges that we face every other day, and this is very important for us in business to learn, is how do you defend your position as a minority shareholder if you find yourself being a minority shareholder? For example, it's a real challenge on a boardroom, because you sit on a table where you have a majority shareholder who has given you, for example, 70% of the funding of the business. They look at you as a 30% funding of or equity owner of the business. And therefore, from the decision-making mechanism, they're looking at you and say, look, we are not at the same level. I should be making the decision, and that's it. And they expect you to follow the decision that they have made. But the question is, how do you, as a minority, defend that position? Because it's already a challenge for you. How do you throw back your position? And I like Eric, he's looking for money right now, but sooner than later, he'll get the money, and you told Eric, the money we're giving you is $850,000, and for this $850,000, we take 90% of your business, and you have 10% of your business. And at that time, we go and start having emotions. How can I build this business? And suddenly, you have come and brought in the money. I've been working on the idea for the last 2 years, and you're giving me 10%. Challenge number one, right? How do you approach that? And how do you, number one, safeguard your minority shareholder as an entrepreneur? So I'll answer that question, Titus, on this front. Number one, understand your position as a minority shareholder. What are you supposed to, how are you supposed to safeguard yourself? Number one. And I will say one way of safeguarding your interests as a minority shareholder in a business is having the legal right. Get a legal person who understands legal documentations. Because the only way to protect yourself through that challenge of total buyout is through legal documentation that protect your legal position, that protect your legal ownership of the business. Number two,